Hi everyone, I am here today with hopefully a fun, quick video. I decided to do the Project Panner tag because that is probably going to be the main focus of my channel. Project pans, get ready with me's, similar styles of content. I am not sure who started this tag. I want to link below the first video I saw of this tag, which was Kat from the Beauty News duo. I believe Haley also did this challenge, or tag, so I will link them and any of the other ones that I think you might need to check out. But without further ado, let's just get into it. I have the list of questions here, so I will be glancing to them every once in a while. The first one is, how long have you been project panning? I started my first project pan July of 2019. I started my first project pan end of June 2019, so I have been panning for a little over a year. I did a quick last 6 months of 2019 project pan. Then I did what was supposed to be a year-long project pan, but I smashed through all of those goals, so I wrapped it up early. And then now I am doing Roulette Pan collab. The second question is, what made you decide to start panning, and what did you hope to get out of it? I think what made me decide to start panning was the fact that starting kind of December-ish of 2018, late 2018, early 2019, I started binging panning content. Like, I watched all of Haley from, it used to be Just By the Makeup, but now it's her name, just Haley. I watched all of her 2017, all of her 2018, like, all of the videos in like a day. Like, I blew through them. So then I went and I watched all of Kitschnitz's. Then I went and I found Jocelyn Claire, she's lovely. Found Rebecca Morgan, she's also lovely. Alexi, who else? Anyways, it set me on this like wild binge quest to find as many satisfying project pan videos as I possibly could. I like fell in love with sitting there and watching video after video after video of like pans getting bigger and products getting smaller. And I have a fairly large makeup collection, and that's largely due to gifts. So things that people buy for me that I might not have bought for myself. So they tend to sit and collect cobwebs a little bit more than something that I love and went out and purchased with my own money. So I started panning because firstly, I thought it was super satisfying to like track progress, and secondly, I did have a lot of makeup that I wanted to get through and start like actually seeing progress on everything. Third question is, how do you like to structure your project pans? Short seasonal projects, year-long rolling projects, or something else? I'm still figuring that out, to be honest. I at first just did like one long-term not rolling project, and I did like that because it is very rewarding to see like the number of products that you're focusing on dwindle, and so that really worked well for me the first time. But I did more of a rolling style project for what was supposed to be my year-long, and that also worked well. I think it just depends on what kind of products I'm panning, if that makes any sort of sense. So I panned the Huda Beauty loose powder, and it was almost full. Well, no, that's not true. It's like 2/3 full, and it took me like 6-7 months to pan it, and it was a long time, but it was something I was going to be using every day anyways, so it was rewarding to me to like watch that progress. This is my first time participating in Roulette Pan collab, and I think it's really fun and it's really unique, and I think the more I participate in shorter collab style pans, the less long-term pan projects I do. That was a very unhelpful answer, but I don't really know yet. The fourth question is, what are your favorite ways to track progress? And honestly, my favorite way to track progress is with pictures for like powder products and things like that, or concealers that don't settle. But anything that can settle or is a stick, tube, twist up product, I love these. It is so satisfying because then I can like measure and see how many months, although this one's a bad example because each month it got smaller. This is generally my favorite way to track progress. I think it's the most satisfying. As I look at this, like I can see that cargo stick, I don't even have an update 2 marker on it because I didn't use it at all. And seeing that I didn't even use it at all pushed me to like get good progress between updates 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3 had okay progress. Then after update 3, I was like, I need to finish this. Like this should not be taking me more than 4 months because it was itty bitty when I put it in. So this is kind of the best way for me to feel motivated. But this is my Project Pan journal where I track progress and things like that. The next question is, what products have been the easiest for you to pan? So far, it's been foundations, concealers. I went through, let's check, why not? Last 2019, I am pretty sure I panned 2 concealers. I think there were 2. And then I also panned this year, I panned 4 foundations. A lot of them were like mostly used up or like partially used up. And then 4 concealers. So that is a lot. I mean, that's a lot for me. But because those things have been so easy to pan, I've actually gotten those areas of my collection down to where I have one that I use and then maybe I have a backup. But I don't have like 4 foundations that I like take turns using. And I think honestly that for me and the way I live my life, I don't need more than 1 foundation. The next question is, what are the products that have been the hardest for you to pan? That would definitely be certain eye products. I had an eyeliner in this project at the beginning of the year and it works great. If it's already a favorite eyeliner or already a favorite eyeshadow, I'm great. If it's any sort of eye product that's not my favorite, I have a hard time panning it. For example, I had this Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Kitten Karma. I had the hardest time using this. It was in my year-long. Clearly, I didn't reach my goal on it before I ended that project. This is so dry. Honestly, it's like crumbling within this. This might be a thing that I throw out. You might be seeing this in the next empties video. Another example of this is my Wet n Wild eyeliner. It's fine. I like it, but I don't love it. So there are days where I don't want to use it, and then that makes panning it difficult. Or like an eyeshadow. I tried to pan a shade out of my Urban Decay Cherry palette, the Naked Cherry palette. That was probably the most frustrating experience because just the shades weren't working together the way I had wanted them to, because I had been playing with my Huda Nude palette for a long time before I rolled the Cherry palette into my project. So I was expecting them to like kind of be interchangeable. They have similar tones, they have very similar matte shades, but it was just not working. And I ended up hitting pan by just kind of taking a shade that had trouble building and taking this brush and like digging it in there and then wetting it and then like painting it on my lids because that was the only way to get it to show up the way I wanted it to. That was a frustrating experience. So by far, eye products that aren't my all-time favorite eye products. The next one is, are there any types of products that you rarely or never put into a project pan? So I have not yet put in any sort of hair, skincare, nail polish product. I likely will. I do have face masks and serums and hair texturizing sprays and things that I could put in. That's not the thing that is the most crazy for me, so it's not what I am going to focus on right now. Number 8 is, do you pan skincare, body care, strictly makeup? Like I just said, I will probably eventually. It's just not something I have done. So I'm thinking I'll I'll probably roll in a mask if it suits the Roulette Pan collab or something like that, but I really don't think that for a standard project I'll roll it in. What is your number one advice for a successful project pan? Get products that work well together. So, for example, the eye products that I'm using, the eyeshadow palette and the glitter work well together. I can get a few looks that I like out of the products, and I am one of those people where I'm okay wearing the same eyeshadow every single day for like 3 or 4 weeks until I hit whatever goal I'm at, or until I kind of get sick of it and then move on to another thing. So pick products that work well together, because sometimes it's tempting to like put in 2 blushes so you have options, but then you're never, in my experience, you're never going to get the progress that you want on either blush. If you want blush options, don't pan a blush. That's kind of my thing. Or if you want eyeliner options, don't pan an eyeliner. Pan things you don't mind using every single day. And then number 10 is, has panning affected your makeup purchasing habits? If so, how? Yes, I definitely purchase makeup much less. I also feel that I put more care into when I do purchase, and I think about it a little bit more. For example, right now I have a lot of mini matte primers, so I've been buying, the last 2 foundations I bought were like dewy hydrating foundations, because I was like, wait, if I'm going to be wearing a matte primer, I'm definitely not going to be wearing a matte foundation, and I don't need to buy a hydrating primer so I can wear a matte foundation. I should use what I have and then figure it out from there. So I will also not be buying highlighters or blushes probably ever again. But that is everything for this tag. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Please let me know if there is anything else you would like to see on this channel. If you have any sort of question, comment, concern, query, thought, wonderment that you would like to share, please feel free to drop it down in the comment section below. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye!